I'll start with, so relation between E and V. So as previous class, what we discussed, E is equal to minus dou V by dou R. So if you know potential, so let's take some few numericals, then we'll see that how that equations will end up. So I'll let the potential function given by the formula AXY minus BX square plus CY, where A and B are constant. Where A and B are constants. So then how to get the corresponding electric field? We have to calculate the electric field here now. So I'll differentiate with respect to X. Ex is equal to minus dou V by dou X, that one. So differentiating this function with respect to X will be Ay minus 2Bx. Similarly, with respect to Y, it will be minus of dou V by dou Y. So this is so differentiation of this will be Ax plus C. So the resultant field will be Ex I cap plus Ey j cap. You can keep like this. So now this should be equal to minus of, or this will be 2Bx minus Ay I cap Ax plus C j cap. Like that, I'll get the required resultant field. Rather than the mathematics, this topic, everything is mathematical. One important thing which I'll conclude, that is very important. So the whole chapter, like from electrostatics, I'm going to carry on something. That particular thing is what we are going to analyze here. These are all some, you get plenty of math-based questions. Just it's based on differentiation, nothing to do. Pick up some 2 or 3 best equations, work out them and come out. No need to solve many. So this is about potential. So now similarly, like what about the, if we know the electric field, how to get the potential? So before that, we'll start discussing with the lines of force. So there's a uniform electric field is there. Yesterday we made certain rules, no, how that equipotential lines should be. So this should be these are equipotential lines. The conclusion of today's chapter is what? The electrostatics, I feel. Next, one more, conductors will come. These are the 2 basic ideas which you are going to carry on in the total unit, LCT magnetism, the total unit. Almost every topic, the ideas will be reflecting that one. So these are the what are these dots? We have put these dots. What are these dotted lines? These are equipotential surfaces. Equipotential surfaces, or lines you can put it, or equipotential plane you can put it. Any condition, the E bar should be directed perpendicular to equipotential planes here. So there's a one thing. Next, what about the these surfaces? I'll give name for them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anything can you say about the potential? So let's go back to the point charge. For a positive point charge, the lines of force will be like this. Here. Then you pick up the point 1, 2, and 3. What will be the potential at 1 and 2? So we know formula KQ by R, no? So as R increases, so R3 greater than R2 greater than R1. So what will be the potential? V3 less than V2 less than V1. Is that okay? And look at the E bar, how E bar is directed, and how the equipotential for this? Equipotential, it will be shells, no, it will be spherical concentric shells. And E bar will be directed perpendicular to it. Now look at the potential. We are very sure that V1 greater than V2 greater than V3. And how E bar is? E bar is radially outward. So any relation between the direction of E bar and the potential. the electric field will be always directed from higher to lower potential. That's what this equation is saying. No? So here better I'll write equation in this form. What is the direction of electric field? It will be always directed from higher to lower potential. So the direction of E bar is such that the direction of E bar is such that it will be directed from higher potential to lower potential. There's a one very important point. Next, another thing, the direction of E bar is such that it will be always directed to normal to equipotential surface. That already I discussed previous class. Once again, I'll put that one. So second important point. The E bar will be directed normal to perpendicular, better you write. Perpendicular to equipotential surface. Don't call plane, because here the equipotential surface are plane. For point charge, what are equipotential surface? They are concentric shells, no? So therefore better call equipotential surface here. So there's the one basic condition. Okay, got this? So these are the things. Now, after this, I'm interested in this particular. So what about the potential at A, B, and C? Anything can we say about the potential at A, B, C, and let me take D. Looking at the diagram, VA equal to VB. Any reason for that? Because A and B are lying on same equipotential surface. Then what about B and C? Potential at B must be greater than C. Any reason? Because E bar will be directed from B to C. No? And moreover, there's a uniform electric field. What is this condition? Uniform electric field. Then after this, what about C and D comparison? VC greater than VD. This is something very important. Then non-uniform. Uniform is very important. Non-uniform is something like in math-based here. Uniform is what? Useful for application. Means now let's ask questions. So like from electric field, from electric field, can we find out the potential difference between 2 points? Yes, I'm going to take help of this one. Just do make observation. These are some points which I concluded very useful for us. I'll scroll down. Let's take one problem itself. Okay, there's a uniform electric field is there. What we discussed theoretically, no? So let's take one numerical. So the electric field vector is 6 volt per meter. Since we know now definition of E equal dV by dx, no, I'll change the units rather than from like a Newton per coulomb, volt per meter we'll write it. So these are the points A, B, and C. As it is uniform, how do I can say uniform? Spacing between the lines. You look at the spacing between the lines, it is equidistant. All the lines of force are equidistant. So therefore it's a uniform electric field. So the distance AB is 4 meter. BC is 3 meter. I want potential difference VAB, VAC and VBC. Find VAB, VBC and VAC. Okay, let's go back to the formula. Let's go back to the formula. What is the expression? E equal to minus dV by dx. No? So this will be further E bar dot dx. Between any 2 points you want, and look at the E is a constant, no? As it is uniform. As it is a uniform. E you are going to take outside the integration. So this will be minus E dx cos theta. So take this.
Sir, first one 0, sir.
Yeah, okay, ma. Yeah, first one will be 0. Yeah, fine. Now we'll there's a formula. Okay, let's come back to one by one. First, I have to calculate VAB. So how is a dx now? Dx will be, you're going to measure normal. What is the angle between AB bar and this one? So first calculation of dV will be, so call this is dy cos 90. No? So the dy will come like this. Angle between, how dy you measure vertically and how E bar 90 degrees. So angle between 90 degrees. So this will be 0. So this shows that VBA or VAB is equal to 0. Let's come for VBC. I'll assume the distance dx. How is E bar? E bar and dx are in same direction. So VBC is equal to, so this is from the formula, dV is equal to minus of E dx cos 0. No, why cos 0? Angle between E bar and dx is 0. No, so E equal to how much? 6. This will be integral of dx. So I'm moving from B to C. So this will be how much distance? BC equal to 3 meter. So VC VB VC minus 6. This will be minus 18. VC minus VB, that one. So VC minus VB equal to minus 18. So VB minus VC is equal to how much? 18 also. They show that who is at higher potential? B, no? And since VA equal to VB, so therefore what you can say VAC. VAC is also is equal to 18 volt. So here, what is the conclusion? Simplest thing, if the field is uniform, how to calculate potential? I am going to give directly generalized formula. Potential difference equal to E into distance. I'll write it corner. If the field is uniform and there are 2 points are there. Say point P1, P2. What is the separation between them? Equal to D. What is the potential difference? VP1 equal to VP1 or V12 is equal to E into D. Will I agree this? This is what very important. What you learned from electrostatics means is in uniform field, what is the potential difference? Electric field strength into the separation between points. How you should measure the distance? In the direction of E bar. V12 it is. V1 greater than V2. I'll give 1, 2, so they'll be easier. There's a very important thing. What happened? See, you better, sir, I forgot all the electrostatics. No problem. I'll not scold you. But this you don't forget. This is what I'm going to use in next chapter, current electricity, capacitors, or any other year after, whenever you get potential, no? So you must have this basic background. Please remember me. To reach till here is what we did struggle all, that's all. Okay, this is about the uniform field. That's the thing. Let's take some more diagram based questions only. I'll scroll down. Let me give. In books, they're given plenty of numerical. Because math based, no, any equation you write, it'll become one problem. That's why you get plenty. Don't focus more on this topic. I personally, my view, because you do any number of problems, the idea is same. No, if you know potential, how to get field, differentiate. If you know field, how to get the potential, integration, finish over. What's big thing? Again, you do 100 problem, 1,000 problem, or 10 problem. The idea is same. So only one idea is involved here. No. There's a uniform. There's a direction of E bar. E is equal to, let me take 6 volt per meter. This angle, let it be 30 degrees. I want the potential difference between point A and B. And let me give the distances. This OA is 2 meter. OB is 4 meter. And the field do exist at B also. The field do exist. I'll draw a few more lines. Okay, this is origin. We have to determine the potential. We have to find out potential VAO and VAB. Find VAO and VAB. So earlier, previous one, how the distance D I should measure. I'll take you back to the basic idea. How the distance D should be measured. Okay, yeah, we have this one here. Look at that one. How the distance D is measured. When the field is uniform, what is the potential difference between 2 points in a uniform field? Electric field strength into the distance measured in the direction of field. Look at the D I'm measuring in the direction of E bar. No? So I want potential difference VAO. So you can't just write E into AO. Sir, uniform field, but how you should measure the distance should be measured along the field, so that the value of D has to be calculated. The field is uniform. So you draw perpendicular. Call O dash. Or call P something. So we know AO, and this is 30, 60, this will be 30, and this angle will be 30. I'll magnify diagram. Is it okay now? See things clearly. We can do like this, no? So that particular angle has to be, that will become 30 degrees. Can we calculate distance AP? We know AO. So sine 30. sine 30 degrees is equal to PO by AO. So PO equal to AO sine 30. AO is how much? 2. This will be 1 by 2, 1 meter. Now, can we calculate potential difference VAP? This is AP, I'll write it. Sin theta equal PO by U. We needed AP, no? Not this, not this. Cos theta will take it. Cos 30 is equal to AP by AO. So AP equal to AO cos 30 degrees. So what is value of AO? 2 meter root 3 by 2. So root 3 meter is the value of AP. Let's calculate the potential difference VAP straight away here only. VAP is equal to electric field strength into AP. The field strength is how much? 6 root 3. So potential difference how much? 6 root 3 volt. But this was not question asked, no? We were supposed to calculate AO potential difference. And what we know is like VP is equal to VO. Or nearby you write it here. Any reason for that? You draw a perpendicular to the E bar, that plane. P and O will lie on same plane. So therefore, this is nothing but what we calculated is. Okay, these are the some problems what you may get. Similarly, we have to calculate VAB. So for that, again, you drop a perpendicular. And here this perpendicular. So this you call A1, B1. So if you can calculate A1, B1, that will be sufficient. So how to calculate A1, B1? Already we know AP, no? So that AP should be equal to A1O. So this OB1 has to be determined. For that we know OB, and this angle will be 60. Just as a math base, nothing to do, just a method. So from this sine 60, cos 60 equal to OB1 by OB. OB cos 60. Value of OB 4 into 1 by 2, 2 meter. And already A1O should be equal to what? AP. AP, which should be equal to root 3 meters. So what is A1, B1 should be equal to? A1, B1 should be equal to A1O plus OB1. A1O is root 3, OB1 is 2. Now what is the potential difference? VA1, B1 should be equal to VA1, B1 should be equal to E into A1, B1. A1, B1 root 3 plus 2, value of E is 6. Root 3, 1.7, 1.7, 3.7. So you multiply, you'll get some value. But the question asked us VAB, no? In fact, potential at A is equal to A1. Potential at B equal to B1. So therefore, what you calculate VA1, B1 is also equal to what? VAB. So different sort of geometrical diagrams will be there. That's all. A student has to, different sort of geometrical diagrams will be there. Okay, just do make observation. I'll give a few more some cases are there in this. Okay, I'll take the next question, that one. So here the path we took something AB, some arbitrary, any arbitrary points you can find it. As provided, you should have some geometrical information. Let me give one more question. It's there in some. So the field can be horizontal, can be directed in any direction. So there's a uniform electric field. There's a point A. There's a point B. There's a point C. I'll do one thing. This is what. Oh, I took your angle, no? So let me. $60. This distance he has given 2√3 meter. This 4 meter, and there's a path. Path is giving like this. So let me write all the values. So the magnitude of electric field is 4 volt per meter. I think all the distances they're given. So what we have to calculate is we have to calculate potential difference VAB. Find here only, right? Find VAB, VCB, and work done by external agent in moving charged particle Q equal to 2 coulombs along path, along curved path, right? From A to B. Okay, some good concept is what? Curved path from A to B. Okay, read the question. So there's a uniform electric field 4 volt per meter. So some distances are given and their orientation of that particular, some geometrical information given, and there's a path. So we have to calculate potential difference VAB, then VCB is asking, and work done by external agent in moving a charged particle Q equal to 2 coulombs along the curved path from A to B. External agent. See, electrostatic field cannot move the charged particle from A to C. It cannot move. If a charged particle, if you release at A, how do it move? Will it reach C? No. It will just accelerate and it will reach point P. I am bringing this exclusively for you, that one. So this idea is very important. If you release a charged particle at A, where do it will arrive? It will pass through point P. If you release charged particle, it will not move along the red color path. Not possible. But extension can move. I rolled a charged particle. You imagine yourself. I rolled it. I'll slowly move it from A to C. How much of work I should do? Okay, let's come for the potential differences. First, we'll calculate VAB. So to get that VAB, I think we need this diagram, no? This is 30. And we know this distance, 2√3 meter. There's a point A. This is B, this is A1, and this is the direction of E bar. So if you know if you know distance A1B, you multiply with E, you'll get the potential difference VAB. So cos 30.
Sir, 16, sir, work done.
Anybody? Somebody asking?
16, sir, work done.
Work done. Okay, fine, good. Yeah. Cos 30 will be A1B by AB. A1B equal to AB cos 30. Value of AB 2 root 3 cos 30 root 3 by 2. So 3 meter. There's a distance AB. Then potential difference VA1B equal to E into A1B. This is 4. A1B is 3. 12 volt. Similarly, VCB is asking. First, we'll calculate VBC. C1 Newton. So this VA1B, no? So as we know, VAB potential at A is equal to potential at 1. So therefore, VAB is equal to VA1B. This is from previous conclusion. So now BC1 has to be determined. Cos 60 equal to BC1 by BC. Value of BC 4, 1 by 2, 2 meter. So therefore, VBC1 is equal to E into BC1. This is 4 into 2, 8 volt. So if you want VAC, that also you can calculate. VAC from here also you can bring it. Okay, now what about work done? How to bring the work done? Suddenly I'm asking work done. Here, I'll go back to the basic definition. What was the work done by electrostatic force in moving a point charge from A to B? There's one more. The very important thing which we are going to conclude. So I'll start everything. We know dV equal to minus of E bar dot dr bar. I will multiply charge on both sides. So what is that Q into E? What is that Q into E? Q into E should be the force, no? And Q into dV. So, and what is the basic definition? We brought expression for potential energy. Can you remember? Interaction potential of a charged body. So therefore, what is this Q into B should be? This should be the work done. So work done in moving a charged particle from A to B. By electrostatic force. So this is what I ended up. We'll do one thing. The RHS I'll replace it. So this will be F into D bar. You know what is F into D bar? Integral of F D bar. Work done by external agent or work done by electrostatic force in moving a charged particle from A to B. On this side, what you should write? Q into this is VA, no? Symbols, it is some missing. Huh? So this should be VA, VB. So this will be VB minus VA. Next, shall we write it? QVA minus VB is equal to so what is the conclusion? Work done by electrostatic force in moving a charged particle from A to B. What is equal to just that what charge particle you're moving into potential difference. And we know work done by electrostatic force and external agent. How they are? Work done by external agent. Work done by external agent should be equal to Q into VB minus VA. Anybody, can you say why I changed it VB minus VA? Because work done by external agent, work done by electrostatic force. They'll be always equal and opposite. Because work done by external agent is plus delta U. Work done by electrostatic force is conservative force minus delta U. So from that is what I brought the relationship here. So now work done. So there's a one basic discussion here. So work done to move a charged particle from any point to any point. So what you should do here, just find out the potential difference between that point. Calculate the potential difference between that point. Now, what is our question? So I'll zoom in so that everything will be visible. Our question is to find out the work done by external agent moving a charged particle from A to B. So do we know potential difference VBA? Sorry, this is C, no? Nobody observed the path. I'll make some changes here. Question, it has become B, it should be C. Let's modify the formula. So what shall I write? Work done by external agent in moving the charged particle from A to C should be equal to Q into potential difference VA minus VC. So I'll come back to the problem. Work done in moving a charged particle by an external agent should be equal to, what shall I write? VC minus VA. Do we know VAC? We don't know VAC, know how to bring VAC. We know VAB and we know VBC. From that, we'll get the VAC. Okay, how to calculate VAC? VAC, can we write it as VA minus VB? VA minus VB plus VB minus VC. So VA minus VB is VBA. This is VBC. So what is VAB? VAB already we calculated. Is equal to 12. VBC. Where is the value VBC? Here, 8 volt. $20 it is. Next, I'll substitute this one. So charges to VAC is this much. VCA is how much? Minus 20. Minus 40 joule. I changed the path should be from A to C, no? But sir, he has moved in curved path. How come? It's not moving in something, it's moving slowly in curved path. Then an electrostatic force is also acting. You should overcome that electrostatic force such a way that the particle should not accelerate anywhere. So what work the electrostatic force does, equal and opposite work what E should do. Then only you can move slowly from A to C, from rest to rest. You go back to everything work by energy chapter. We have discussed all such numericals, if you can recollect. We have discussed many numericals based on this. There I didn't discuss, we discussed that some field, some force it is. So here that particular example of force you are seeing. Sir, how do you can say external agent, still that one? So you have to move slowly from A to C. So electrostatic force will act, suppose here like this. Then the external agent should apply a force in such a way that what happen, the particle, the acceleration of particle should be zero. Slowly from rest to rest, it will be moved. Infinitesimal displacement it will have. So what is the work done by electrostatic force? Equal and opposite work the external agent should do. That's what we took help of this. No other method available for us. because we don't know what is the nature of force the person will apply. Altogether, the work done, we calculate it. This is what needed for us in application. I'll just round off the answers. Where are answers here? Yeah. Okay, fine. So these are the some. So there can be any type, no path, anything, this one. So this is about the uniform field. So let's go for, sir, what happens if non-uniform electric field comes, what you are going to do? Let me straight away take some numericals here. Already we discussed in Volkanji chapter, if you can recollect, many examples we have done. So there, instead of force, you bring Q into E. So that'll be enough, I think. So no need to stress so many numericals. Straight away, let me give. So there's an electric field equal to 2xyz I cap find the work done by an external agent in moving the charge Q equal to 2 coulomb from B to A. B is a point, 2 comma minus 1 4 meter. A is a origin. Okay, straight away I brought non-uniform electric field. So don't go for plotting. So don't do like this. Like I will plot this particular field, then I locate the points, then I will locate equipotential. Not needed. Straight away you have to take help of the formula. What is the generalized equation like? Work done by external agent, work done by external agent in moving a charge from B to A. Work done by external agent in moving a charge from B to A. What is the formula? Q into VAB, no? It come reverse, no? From B to A should be Q into VAB. So what we have to calculate? VAB we have to calculate from the formula here. Sorry, it should be moving charge equal to from A to B, no? I'll make it A to B. From origin it should be, no? 0, 0 to 2, minus 1, 4. Yeah. Calculate VAB. So then this will become A to B. I'll just changing the condition. It went either way. So somehow if you can calculate potential difference, the problem will get over. How to calculate potential difference between 2 points in a field which is non-uniform. So you don't draw any lines of force. Take away, just go for the basic formula. dV equal to minus E bar dot dr bar. Potential difference VA, coordinates this will be. So now this will become VB minus VA. E bar, substitute this vector, 2xyz I cap plus x square z j cap x square y k cap dx I cap dy j cap dz k cap. So this should be 0, comma 0, 2, comma minus 1, 4. So this will be VBA. Negative sign when you send on this side, no, will become VAB. This will be integral of, this will be 2xyz dx. So this will be x square dy x square y dz. The limits 0, comma 0, 2, comma minus 1, comma 4. Now, how to integrate this? Derivative of x square yz. There's a one method. Integral 0, comma 0, 2, comma minus 1, 4. These are the limits, no? This everything shall I write like this? If you differentiate this, you will end up with a bracket term, no? So the derivative integral will cancel out, will end up with x square yz, substitute the limits. There's a one method. What you get? Potential difference VA minus VB. So substitute the limit now. Substitute the limit. This will be 2 x square, 2 square minus 1 into 4. So this will be minus 8 volt.
16 volts, sir.
16, 1, 6. So VAB, no, we wanted VBA. So substitute that V is equal to work done exchange agent in moving a charge particle from that one, QV into VBA, 2 into 16. This should be 32 joule. What is the meaning, sir? Like means this part. There's a partial derivative. What is the meaning of this? This one is, so first actually where you are at origin. No? First you are at origin. You'll move along x-axis. There's a one method. I think already I discussed this in workmanship chapter. If you can recollect such, what is the meaning of E bar dot F bar dot dr bar I discussed. So once again, let me recollect that.